College football is undergoing a dramatic transformation. According to data from the On3 Transfer Portal Tracker, just over 4,000 athletes have entered the transfer portal. 60% of those athletes have already found their next destination and have committed to their next school. At the same time, NIL deals are reshaping how athletes choose schools, with some of these players negotiating contracts before even stepping onto campus. These two factors, the transfer portal and NIL deals, have fundamentally changed recruiting, roster management, and competitive balance. Coaches are struggling to maintain team cohesion while players are leveraging their market value like never before. But how did we get here, and what does the future hold for college football? College football is experiencing unprecedented roster instability due to the transfer portal and NIL deals. Players are negotiating lucrative endorsement deals, sometimes before even committing to a program, which has led to this pay-for-play dynamic where schools with strong NIL backing attract the top talent while other schools will struggle to retain their players. Take Nico Imaliva, for example. It is literally in the name. Tennessee didn't want to pay the multi-million-dollar contract to a player who is very unproven, but UCLA was willing to pay that price. According to On3, Nico has committed to UCLA for a whopping $2.1 million contract. Coaches now face the challenge of recruiting both high school prospects and transfer players, while also managing the NIL expectations, which, as a result, traditional roster building strategies are being replaced by year-to-year team management, making long-term planning increasingly difficult. Nick Saban, a 7-time national championship coach, spoke on the Pat McAfee Show, in which he stated, "What we have created is a system that promotes self-indulgent behavior." The team-first mentality is becoming obsolete. However, Nick Saban also recognized how it isn't at the fault of the players, rather the system that's promoting these players to look after themselves and their future, which would incentivize them to transfer to the highest bidder. The transfer portal and NIL deals have reshaped college football, but these changes didn't happen overnight. The transfer portal was introduced into 2018, allowing players to enter a database and explore transfer opportunities. Initially, the athletes would have to sit out a season unless they received a waiver. However, in 2021, the NCAA implemented a one-time transfer rule, granting immediate eligibility. By 2024, the restrictions were lifted entirely, making every player eligible to transfer freely, leading to an explosion in player movement. Meanwhile, the NIL's rise began in July of 2021, according to CBS Sports, when the NCAA allowed athletes to profit from their name, image, and likeness. Players now weigh their financial opportunities alongside athletic development when choosing their schools, which, as we've said before, leads to the pay-for-play negotiations. Shedeur Sanders is a collegiate athlete who drives a $200,000 car, got paid close to $4.5 million in NIL deals, and plays for Colorado. That sentence would be unheard of and absurd less than 10 years ago. The landscape of college football is shifting as smaller programs leverage NIL deals and the transfer portal to compete with traditional powerhouse schools. While elite programs once dominated recruiting, athletes now prioritize their financial opportunities, allowing the mid-tier schools with the stronger NIL backing to attract some of the top talent that they previously had no access to. This shift is reshaping the competitive balance, making the sport more unpredictable, which, according to CBS Sports, Shedeur Sanders committed to Colorado over schools like Alabama and Clemson because of the estimated $4.5 million in NIL deals that Colorado offered him. Colorado got a very talented quarterback for 2 seasons, which virtually turned that program around and gave them national attention instead of a big school landing him. The fan experience is also evolving, and it's not always for the better. With constant player movement, many fans have struggled to connect with their teams as their rosters change dramatically from season to season. Some fans embrace the excitement while others feel disconnected from the sport that they once loved. CBS Sports also pointed out that the same old teams play in the playoffs up until NIL debuted in 2021, in which TCU and Cincinnati got to have their chances to win a national championship. According to Gothic and Wingo from ESPN, the transfer portal and NIL deals have given players more control over their careers. Players who were promised one thing and got to the campus and realized the situation had changed since recruitment can now search for a better fit for their future. Coaches and schools will struggle with roster stability and the new recruiting challenges, but ultimately, the new rules are player-first oriented. These changes create more opportunities and parity, but they can also disrupt the integrity of the sport if blown out of proportion. Will these transformations make college football more competitive, or will they create chaos? What do you think the future holds? Only time will tell.